Okay, so did anyone else feel slightly sad when Alibaba came to the decision to cut off all ties with Sindria and Sinbad and go and be the subordinate to Kouen and the Kouen Empire? I don't know, just seeing that like happen, because we've seen them grow and kind of be with Sinbad for a long time. It's been since roughly the beginning of Balbad that they've been with him. So to see him do that, while it stands as progression for this character to decide and, you know, make up his mind, I'm going to be my own man and I'm going to do whatever it takes to protect Balbad, at the same time, like, just seeing that happen. I mean, while we know that Sinbad has a shady nature to himself, to see them leave him, I don't know, I've always felt like he's been somewhat of a protector. Even though, you know, okay, he has his ways. I don't think Sinbad is evil necessarily or wants to see the world fall into chaos. I mean, I don't think so anyway. Whatever his evil or shady ways may be, I don't think it has anything to do with that. So for them to leave him, it kind of sucks, to be honest with you. I would have loved for them to stay with him up until the end, and maybe eventually they have opposition. But at this point, there's definitely driving a further wedge in between them and Sinbad, and kind of eventually this will leave them on opposite sides of the battlefield when it goes down. Holy shit, I haven't said it yet. That Magi greatness time, people. Let's go. We finally come to an end of the summit arc, and to be honest with you, I did not see it going this way. So good plot twist in a sense of just kind of in the end Hakuryuu coming in and shaking things up and making this split. If you look at it, slowly but surely his dreams have already come true. He seemingly slayed his mother, at the very least seemingly. I don't know, maybe they still have her captive somewhere, or maybe she's possessed someone else at this point. We don't really know necessarily what is going on with Kouen at this point, if she's truly dead, because I just don't buy at the same time, you know, a major villain like that has been built up. All the Almataran arc was building her up to be completely destroyed and obliterated. So they either have her captive right now, and Hakuryuu is savoring the moment until he actually does kill her. Maybe he's going to execute her in front of the entire world or something, or there's more to it. So he got rid of his mother and split the Kouen Empire in half right now, because now he seemingly is overthrowing them and he got the throne in a sense. So now it's going to be a huge war, which I don't know right now, like, as strong as he may be, because we see there's sort of some development. I mean, he got a new staff, and I'm sure he's incredibly stronger. If Judal had that black magic that he used that was similar to Arba, and, you know, they both got these new staffs and everything, they've definitely gotten a lot stronger. But could Hakuryuu, with the forces he has now alongside Judal, really take out the Kouen? And it's not only the Kouen, because now Sindria is involved as well, and they're going to help out. So this divide with the Kouen Empire right now is going to make things a lot harder as far as on Hakuryuu's side, because let's just say Sinbad helps out to extinguish Hakuryuu, yeah, there's going to be a big fucking fight. And I don't really know if, let alone against Kouen and his people, can Hakuryuu take him out. But if Sinbad and them are helping and Aladdin and everybody, it's going to be a big problem. This chapter kind of reminded me of like a setup to go rescue Sasuke in a way. I mean, at the end of the day, Hakuryuu is a very big Sasuke-like character. You know, he was a part of the group. He made a vow with them. He kind of grew with them a bit, and then ultimately went his way and kind of forsake the group. Except Hakuryuu was a Sakura in the situation. And it definitely reminded me of the whole Sasuke thing when they were like, we're not going to kill him. We're just going to kick his ass and bring him back. So really got that Sasuke vibe. And him and Kashima are kind of like the two Sasukes of the series. I feel as though there's two of them. Kashima and him are definitely very reminiscent of that, but the way they made that vow and everything, it just really reminded me of like when Naruto promised to bring back Sasuke, except I don't know if it's gonna go like that with Hakuryuu either. And now going back to Alibaba making the decision to go with Kouen and them, it's a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because, first of all, he's being a man, he's making the decision. At the same time, he's also going forth with, you know, at the end of the day, Sinbad does have a shady nature to him, and at one point there will be some opposition. They're going to have to probably face off against Sinbad at some point in the future anyways, so maybe it's best to do it now before we get even more attached to them. So it was good in that aspect. At the same time, you can't really trust Kouen either. They have their own agenda, so it was kind of like, which snake do you want to sleep with, basically. And also, this snake has Balbad, which that's one of the only things that he really cares about. So it was a good decision. Ultimately, I just really wanted him to stay with Sinbad. I mean, his master's there, and it kind of feels a little bit ungrateful. I mean, at the end of the day, regardless of what Sinbad may ultimately have, like this, you know, dark side to him, you cross that bridge when you get to it. But he's done so much for them. For him to leave, it's just like, it feels fucked up. I don't know, maybe that's just a bias in me because I just love seeing them with him, and it just kind of feels like he was almost a father figure to them. So to see them split away, I don't know. In my opinion, Rain making that decision not to go with either of them, bad mistake. Bad mistake because, first of all, they've already made themselves look kind of bad because they were a little bit like, okay, yeah, they were cool with Sindria. Then they kind of said, nah, Sindria, we ain't going with you. We're kind of more cool with the Kouen. And then now, no, Kouen, we're going to go by ourselves. Just think, if these two titans clash, the Seven Seas Alliance and the Co-Empire, when they're done, what do you think they're going to go after next? Yeah, Rain, I think you're kind of fucked up. I don't think Titus and all of you guys will be able to stop either of them. And to be honest with you, right now, as it stands, in reality, Ko doesn't have a Magi. I think one of the big reasons he was holding on to Arba and not completely going and, exterminating her is because he felt like, I have somewhat of a Magi. Now that Arba's gone and Judal has basically formed a pact with Hakuryuu, ultimately, Kouen doesn't have a Magi to basically proclaim that he will be king. So in a sense, he really has no future at the moment to become king, because you do need a Magi. We've seen it time and time again, basically saying that a Magi is what will put you on the throne or help you, guide you to the throne, and will accept you. So as of right now, it's looking like, yeah, he probably won't win any of this in the end. And that's probably why he was so desperate to get Aladdin to be his Magi. Which with Alibaba and them going with him, maybe this will change. Maybe he will ultimately, for now, make a front or something along the lines of that. Or maybe he'll feel like, yeah, Aladdin is my Magi, even though he's really Alibaba's. And talking about Judal and Hakuryuu for a minute, it definitely seems as though Judal was looking for this in Sinbad all along. Now, I don't know about Sinbad's past. I've read probably half of the Sinbad manga as it's right now. So I've read about half of it, and I haven't seen them meet yet. But ultimately, it looks like this is what he wanted for Sinbad. And this is why he was constantly hitting him up like, yo, Sinbad, we can be cool, this and that. He wanted this for him. He wanted to be his Magi and make him king in this dark way. Maybe Judal was originally responsible for Sinbad's initial fall into depravity with the black root that he has inside of him. Or maybe he was there to witness it. Or maybe the first time he seen it, he knew this is what I want. So what he got out of Hakuryuu is what he wanted in Sinbad in a sense. And I wouldn't be surprised, because the thing is, Judal's personality, his characterization at this point has changed quite a bit. I mean, the way he's talking is almost as if he's ready to call Hakuryuu like, yes, master, or something like that. So he's definitely changed. I don't know, maybe if Arba's controlling him. There's rumors that, maybe Arba is controlling Judal now. She went into his body or something along the lines of that. If that is, I will feel fucking like, holy shit, on one half, I don't want to lose Judal. On the other half, Arba continues to live. Hell's fucking yeah, because she's a crazy villain. And with him backing Hakuryuu, Hakuryuu has a powerhouse. If you notice, he had like two buff dudes next to him. It's like he's gaining his power slowly but surely. And if he goes at it, it's going to be crazy. I'll just say that. And I could totally see Yunnan dying soon. I don't know. It just really feels as though it's building up with him talking a little bit more about every time he dies and reincarnates, he goes back to the Great Rift and he's always being reborn there. And he has like a really strong connection. Maybe Yunnan was one of the original Red Lions. Maybe he was one of them that got the staff or something. Maybe he was the leader of the Red Lions originally. Something definitely has to do with his connection with the Red Lions, because there's no coincidence. And even he points it out. Like how all the finalists kind of accepted it and were like, oh, well, don't worry. You were hiding it from us, but it's cool. I wouldn't mind being a lion. Why not? I definitely want to see more finalist action in the future, and I want to see more Gianna at some point go over there and unlock her true potential, because I'd imagine if they unlocked that potential and fully went into that form, overall, a very good setup this week. Definitely building up Hakuryuu even more. Kind of going into this whole different direction that I didn't see, because up until now, we didn't know about Hakuryuu. So kind of going into this direction is definitely different than where I originally thought we were going to go. So huge mission here. And with all that being said, I'm going to give this one 8 out of 10. Very exciting, very good stuff. Not as crazy as last week's. Obviously, last week was on a whole other level, but just seeing Hakuryuu, it's like he's slowly accomplishing what he set out to do. Splitting the Ko in half, getting rid of his mother. Is like little by little, his dreams are being accomplished. But let me know what you guys think. First of all, Hakuryuu as he stands right now, do you think there's a possibility he could take out Ko or Syndria or both of them combined? Also, do you truly believe Kouen is really dead, or has she evaded death, or is he keeping her captive, or did she go into Judal? And how do you feel about Aladdin, Morgiana, and Alibaba saying they're going to bring back Hakuryuu but they won't kill him? Did it give you any sort of reminding of like Sasuke, for example, when Naruto and Sakura wanted to get him back? For me, it definitely gave me that vibe, and I liked it. And your overall thoughts of the chapter. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be awesome. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. That Magi greatness, people. Yeah.